Frank Bergstein was from Cincinnati. He was a college-educated person. He was working in Cincinnati at a family business when he enlisted in the Army. So he went to officers candidate school and eventually became part of the 29th Infantry Division that landed on Omaha Beach on D-Day. So Frank Bergstein led his platoon ashore that day, and then they fought for 91 days of almost constant combat until they ultimately the war was over. When people come visit our museum, they learn about the history of the Holocaust and the history of World War II through the lens of eyewitnesses. So that includes Holocaust survivors that settled in Cincinnati, but it also includes other eyewitnesses, American soldiers that passed through this building we're in today.
It's estimated that 1 out of every 5 American soldiers who served in World War II came through Union Terminal, either shipping off to different training camps across the country or shipping off mostly to the East Coast to go overseas. And then on the flip side of that, they came home. And so not only do you have soldiers returning home from war, but you have Holocaust survivors as well, 1945, 1946, who are coming to Cincinnati for the first time, stepping into Union Terminal to kind of start their new lives, to start to the next phase, these new memories here in Cincinnati and their home.
You know, here as we approach the 80th anniversary of D-Day, this is an extremely significant time in which we can, you know, not only remember the history, but take the lessons from the stories that we share here in our museum to inspire action today in our world. One survivor that settled in Cincinnati is Werner Koppel. Werner Koppel was a survivor of Auschwitz. He escaped a death march and spent time recovering in Berlin, where he met his wife Trudy. And ultimately, he, Trudy, and their infant son came to Cincinnati, and he rebuilt his life. So stories like Werner's and the other stories in our museum are not only stories of those Holocaust years, they're stories of rebuilding, and they're stories of new life in our community. We are among our last generation of World War II veterans and among our last generation of Holocaust survivors. It's imperative that right now we work to document those stories, to preserve them, and we have to carry the load of sharing those stories. Our survivors that founded our organization asked that we create a memorial in which their stories are not forgotten. And I think that in our world today, it's more important than ever that we remember the stories of World War II and the Holocaust, and that we use those lessons to all create a better humanity today, in whichever way that means for each specific person.